Hey everyone, welcome to the Crime Hour. I'm going to do a crime reading and we're going to see what crimes need to be exposed today. Before I get into it, please remember, take what resonates. Some parts may resonate, others may not, okay? It can be past, present, future. You will know best where this fits for you, how it fits, if it fits at all, okay? Now, I have a download that I got. There was a crime hour I did maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. It was about someone presenting like a PayPal statement or something like that, or a bank account statement, and saying that it was for some sort of a recording or some sort of, I don't know, whatever the fuck they said. Okay, who cares? But in the reading, what I was getting is that payment was like, I kept saying it's like for bills or for, it was just a normal bank statement or something like that, or just sending something from friends and family, right? Now the download that I got though now is that it could be related, it could be something completely unrelated, okay? So just take it how it is. But the download that I got now is that somebody could have paid for a service through PayPal. Okay, a normal service for your job, like your normal career job, okay, depending on what you do. A PayPal payment for a service and a job. And this is what they said was for something completely different. Like they're claiming that the payment was for something completely different and it wasn't for your job or a service, okay, that you provided. Nothing shady, okay, just a normal job. So let's see what this is here, guys, today. Divine angels, divine spirit, holy angels, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Gabriel. What is the message? What is the crime you want to expose today? What is the crime you want to expose today here? A Page of Wands in reverse and the Three of Wands. Someone is getting bad news about your plans. Death. Planning a death. Okay, well, that is a crazy start. Okay, Ten of Cups. Bad news about something that someone was planning a death. Waiting for their ships to come in. Okay, what's this here? Page of Wands in reverse. What's the Page of Wands in reverse for the collective? Someone's getting bad news about the truth, okay? Some sort of clarity and truth here. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh no, so we have a Queen of Pentacles here getting bad news. What's this? The Knight of Wands, about some sort of passionate action that a Queen of Pentacles took. Okay. Or the truth about some sort of false statement that this person made. Maybe this Queen of Pentacles is the confirmation. Thank you. So the Queen of Pentacles might be the one that made a false statement here. Okay. What's the Three of Wands? Why are you on the floor? Oh man. Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. So this person planned on how to ruin your reputation, or this is something they planned because they felt defeated, okay? The Two of Swords. Yeah, this person tried to create confusion, okay? They tried to create a stalemate here. They tried to stop people from finding out the truth about a relationship. About a relationship or a friendship or any kind of a relationship, okay? Why is Death here? The Three of Swords, the Queen of Wands and the Tower. The Queen of Wands and the Tower. Okay, let's see what this is here. Something with a house, with a home. Possibly. Tell me more about bad news. The Moon. No, it's not bad news. It's a false statement. This person intentionally lied or created a false statement about something, or relayed false information, confirmation, because they were trying to keep something a secret. What's the Moon? Expectation. They had the expectation that something would stay hidden, that they could keep a secret here, okay? About someone's occupation, maybe. What's this expectation? 5 of Pentacles. They had an expectation when it comes to poverty, or the 7 of Pentacles. This was something that they were working towards, something that they were investing into. Or this might even be something they said about you. Maybe they said something about you being in poverty or you being broke. Something about employment. The High Priestess in reverse and the 5 of Cups in reverse. This person wasn't listening to their intuition about something. What? About a journey. About you moving forward, about traveling, about you moving, or how they move forward. Family room in reverse. They didn't listen to their intuition about you traveling, or you leaving a family, or a broken family, or somebody moving forward and leaving a family. What is that? Heart with the Key, welcoming love, meeting the one. Getting together, perfect. Why do I feel like lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise epiphany? Why do I feel like that's something they said about you? Something was shocking news when it comes to you welcoming love or meeting the one. Getting together, perfect. They didn't listen to their intuition about trying to move forward with some sort of a lie about a broken family, or somebody leaving a family, losing a family, walking away from family. What is that? Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception. Yeah, I feel like they tried to change the perception of something here. Confirmation. Watching, looking, stalking. This person had an expectation that they would be able to keep something hidden, keep something a secret. They tried to change the perception of something that happened here by saying that you are broke, you're in poverty. Something about employment. They could have said something about your employment because of poverty. They didn't listen to their intuition about this, though. What do you mean? The 7 of Swords. No, they lied. So the High Priestess in reverse is about them keeping secrets, or them being a dark High Priestess. This is about them using their own intuition, if you can call it that, to manipulate other people. This is someone that was keeping secrets. They were intentionally not giving certain information, intentionally lying, deceiving, lying, cheating, stealing, trying to get away with something. They were intentionally lying, keeping things out, not telling the whole truth, because they were trying to change the perception of something with a false statement. So what's the truth here? Ace of Swords. The truth about some sort of communication, something they communicated. The Sun, yeah, it's coming out. The truth is coming out now about what this person said and the fact that they lied, okay? What's the Knight of Wands? The Emperor in the reverse. And the 3 of Pentacles. This is a Queen of Pentacles that's working together with others, working together with an Emperor in the reverse who is a controlling dictator, okay? Someone that is power hungry, controlling, abusive, and cruel, okay? Yeah, the truth is coming out about how these people work together and how they try to distort the truth in order to keep a secret and get away with something. What's the Knight of Wands? Breakup, separation in reverse. Silent treatment, abandonment in reverse. They refused to abandon something. They didn't want to stop doing something. They didn't want to stop. They didn't want to abandon something here. They didn't want to abandon something that they had done or something they invested into, worked on. So they decided to try and manipulate and lie and change the perception of it. So what did they plan here? Three of Wands. They planned imprisonment. So what they planned is that they tried to get you trapped, or they tried to get you imprisoned. Privileged lady. And this has to do with some sort of messages with a main male. Sudden wealth in reverse. Oh. So they thought that if they take some sort of messages with a main male, that this will imprison you. They thought they could confuse people about a relationship here. And it's giving me, they tried to say you had a relationship with a main male that you didn't have a relationship with, because the goal was trying to ruin your reputation, trying to make people look down on you or think badly of you. Boat, receiving what you need. Yeah, this is how they thought they would progress. This is how they decided to move forward. They planned this. So instead of cutting the shit out, instead of cutting their losses and just, going the fuck on their way, I guess you could say, they decided to move forward by lying and trying to get you imprisoned, okay? Using messages with a main male, thinking that this would ruin your reputation, or the Six of Wands in reverse is even giving me like trying to discredit you, okay? What's a Two of Swords? They didn't want people to see the truth. They thought they could confuse people about you dating someone. Confirmation. You meeting someone, planning a date with a main male. So these messages, I'm assuming, are fake, okay? Fake messages where they're trying to set you up or create a fake narrative that you went on a date with some fucking main male, okay? This is how they tried to confuse people about a relationship, and this is how they decided to move forward. Okay. Coffee cup, meeting and conversing, friendship. So this is a Queen of Pentacles, someone that pretended to be your friend. They're not your friend though, okay? This is someone that pretended to be your friend. You might have gone over to this person's house and met with them as a friend, right? And they didn't want people to know the true nature of you going over to this person's house, meeting them for coffee, right? So they tried to confuse people and tell people that you were actually there to go on a date with a main male. And this is how they tried to change the perception of what happened that day, okay? And ruin your reputation, okay? And discredit you. To the Hierophant, to the authorities. So the Page of Swords. So basically what they did was, look, something went down here, okay? You meeting up with this person, and it could even be about, look, journey, family room in reverse. This doesn't have to be an actual family room. It could just be someone's house, okay? Confirmation. It could just be this Queen of Pentacles, their house. And even in this card, there's like this coffee or tea can here on the table. So maybe you drove to someone's house, this Queen of Pentacles or her friend, okay? And you left. You walked away. You left. Who knows what was in that drink? Okay, maybe somebody was going to put something in your drink, right, at this person's house, but you ended up leaving. So they wanted to beat you to the punch, is what it looks like, and discredit you, because you were there. You know exactly what happened on that day, right? But you left. And so they don't want anybody to find out what they did here or what they were planning for you. So they try to beat you to the punch by going to the police first and telling the authorities some crazy fucking story about some dude you were on a date with, and then they try to get you imprisoned because they didn't want it coming out what they were trying to do to you at that house. That's what it looks like. What's the Page of Swords? Hand of Cards. Yes, this is them taking a chance, risk, being strategic. They tried to be strategic by going to the police with some sort of messages with a main male. Weird thing is though, I'm pretty sure you were not texting this main male. I'm pretty sure it's not you sending these messages back and forth with this main male. So what is this hand of cards they try to play here with this main male? Where are these messages coming from? Because they're sure it's not as hell coming from you, okay? That's weird. That's weird. So what is this? These messages with a main male. This is part of the setup. This is part not only of the setup, this is part of how they're trying to get away with what they did on that day, okay? Trying to cover it up. Wheel of Fortune. This is how they thought they could get away with this. The World in reverse, because their plan didn't work. They couldn't complete the plan. They couldn't complete the plan. Queen of Wands in reverse. Who's the Queen of Wands over here? Is this the one that was texting the main male? Pretending to be you, huh? They couldn't complete the plan. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it failed. The plan failed. Okay, so you know what I'm getting here? Ten of Swords. Yeah, a planned betrayal. They planned your death. That's what they planned, and it didn't work. So here's the setup, right? This is what I'm getting. A Queen of Pentacles invites you over to her house or her friend's house, okay? Same sex, not a dude, okay? This is a same sex situation here. They invite you over to the house as a friend. What you don't know is that this person has slipped something in your drink and they're planning your death with a whole group of people here, okay? They set up some sort of fake messages as an alibi between this main male and this Queen of Wands in reverse, so that when you end up dead or as a missing person, it doesn't look suspicious because they've already created a catfish fake profile and they've been texting each other messages back and forth, trying to make it look like it's a date. Shitty thing for them though is that it doesn't work. You end up leaving. They can't put something in your drink, or you don't drink that shit, okay? Or you just leave. Right? Plan doesn't work. So they know that you know that something weird happened, okay? They know that you know that you're never, ever, ever going to speak to these people ever again. They know that you know that their plan just went tits up, okay? So the way that they think they're going to get away with this, now that the plan didn't work, now that the Queen of Wands in reverse has already been sending all these crazy text messages back and forth with this main male as an alibi. Now they take this same shit that they used for the setup to the police and try to frame you with it to get you imprisoned before the truth can come out that they just tried to set up your death. Am I getting this right? Am I getting this right? Okay, death. And what's this? Queen of Wands, a tower. Is this all those text messages that this Queen of Wands was sending with this main male back and forth? The alibi just blew up in their face. Whatever they were texting, this Queen of Wands with this main male. Why is this a tower moment? That you didn't die? That they couldn't get rid of you on that day, huh? What's death? The Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. So they want to win at all costs. They want to get what they want. These people are in competition with you. They want to take you down. They see you as the enemy. They want to take you down. So we couldn't get rid of them. We couldn't get rid of Collective. So the next best thing is, let's just try and get them locked up, right? Let's just try and get them locked up. before the truth comes out about how we planned their murder, right? Message of concern. They had a message of concern. The authorities. This is what I think they did. So they went to the authorities and the police or what, and they went there with a message of concern. This was their big plot here of how to get revenge, of how to win at all costs, of how to manipulate and plot and scheme after they couldn't unalive you and murder you. So, oh, police, we have a message of concern. We have to file this false police report. About what? What did they say? What is this message of concern, huh? The emperor. So they go to the emperor, okay? The police officer here. The Six of Pentacles in reverse to try and hide the money trail or try and lie about the money. See, now that's what I'm getting at the beginning, my download, right? So let's say this friend, let's say you do hair on the side, okay? Like this is just an example, okay? Some sort of a service. Let's say you do hair, okay? You braid people's hair or you dye or cut people's hair, okay? Let's say this friend invites you over to her house and says, hey, can you cut my hair on this and that day? Can you come over and cut my hair? Can you braid my hair, whatever? I'll pay you money. So they pay you money to your PayPal account, friends and family. So there's proof of why this person summoned you to that house on that day, because they said they need a service from you, okay? As a friend, can you help a friend out? I'll pay you a little bit, okay? But on that day, the reason why they actually wanted you there is because they were setting you up. It was false pretense, right? So I feel like part of the thing that was implicating them, or part of the thing that was looking a little sketchy, was the money that they paid you or paid someone here, right? So let me guess, they're trying to explain away why they paid you money on that day. Did this come out? Did the money trail come out after they went to the police, after they went to the authorities? So first they go to the police and the authorities, not realizing that they paid you a service. And they tish up this huge big story about what allegedly happened on that day and blah, blah, blah. Forgetting completely that they had already paid money onto your account, which proves that you were there for a service or something like that. And now they're trying to explain it away in the, after all is said and done. Knight of Cups. Or what is that, huh? They forgot that they paid you money. Ace of Coins in reverse. So when they went to the police, they forgot that they had paid money onto your account as a friend, or what? What's that? A wealthy man. A wealthy man. When you went to that house that day. Privileged lady. This is about how, something about this money, okay? Something about what they said to try and cover up the money trail from that day, from that house, from that setup. Because that money on your account proves that this person invited you there under false pretense. And it also most likely doesn't match up with the story that they told the police of what happened on that day. So now they have to figure out, what are they going to say about the money that was paid onto your account? Right? Is that what this is? Pathway in reverse. They felt like this was blocking their pathway, or they were trying to, this mature man, this emperor in the reverse, wealthy man, had to figure out how to block your pathway, okay? A thief in reverse, before they get exposed. Before they get exposed for what they set up on that day, okay? what they set up for you. So why is the Queen of Wands here with the Tower? Chaser in reverse. I like you, because this is the person that was sending those weird messages back and forth. Fun flirting, want a date. They were so preoccupied, mask. Yeah, this is the catfish. This Queen of Wands is the catfish, the one that was pretending to be you. Setting up the fake messages to make it look like your death was, you know, wasn't what they thought it was, I guess, okay? You know what also could be, what I'm also getting, is that maybe from the very get-go, the plan was always to invite you to a certain location under false pretense, pretending to want some sort of a service from you, okay? As a friend. Doing their hair, something like that. But the plan from the beginning was always to lie about you even being at that location, like saying that you were somewhere completely else. Like, let's say the plan was to slip something in your drink and roofie you and knock you out. So they were gonna then what? Get you knocked out, throw you in a car, bring you to a whole different location. And the setup with these messages with the Queen of Wands and the main male, these were going to corroborate what happens to you after they transport you to a different location. You get what I'm saying? So now it's like, if there's proof that you were at someone's house for a service, because like I said, like just an example, they ask you to do their hair, cut their hair, okay? There's proof of that because there's proof of payment. Now it's like these messages don't make sense because, you know, there's a timestamp on the payment and there's like a reference as to what that payment was for and all that. It's like that is the proof of where you were that day and why you went there. But in these messages, they're saying something completely different because they were going to roofie you and bring you somewhere else. And I feel like what happened is that whenever this plan went bust, they were so preoccupied with the messages that they had to cover up, and the fact that they had maybe other things that they had set up that they had to cover up, that they forgot the payment. They forgot about that. So they went to the police first and brought these messages forward and said, oh, look at this, we have to report this, blah, blah, and totally forgot that you had proof of payment of something and that it doesn't match with what they were saying. You get what I mean here? The Tower. Main female, mature woman. I feel like this is just about you, okay? The Tower is you. Child. Or something about you and a child as well, okay? Maybe your child was even present that day, or there was children present that day. There's also other witnesses present that day that know what happened, that know where you were and why you were there. Or it has something to do with them trying to make themselves look innocent. Courthouse in reverse. They don't want something to go to court. They don't want to have to appear in court. They're trying to stop something from going to court. Or they're trying to make themselves look innocent. Something about work, job, and something being a gift. Which is making me feel like somebody paying you, but like friends and family. Like not onto a business account, but like paying you onto your normal account, checking account. Or PayPal, friends and family, or something like that. Anything else we need to know before I go into the crime cards? The Four of Pentacles. They felt burdened because of something that they had in their possession. So they have the drugs in their possession, right? Whatever they try to slip into your drink, 9 of Cups, overindulgence. They felt burdened by what they had in their possession, which is the drugs. So like I said, their main priority here in going to the authorities and trying to frame you was explaining away the drugs, because that's what they try to roofie you with or try to murder you with, or also what this Queen of Wands is texting about, because that was the alibi. Those messages are meant to be an alibi to your murder, okay? Their alibi to cover up that they planned your murder. So they're in possession of the drugs. These messages were meant to corroborate something or to make them look innocent, okay? So they went to the police trying to explain away the drugs, and they thought using these messages with this main male would clear their name or something like that. Or frame you. It's not even about clearing their name as much as it is framing you. That's what it's about. They had to find a way how to frame you because they want to get rid of you. And they can't murder you because you walked away. And now they need to find a different way. 8 of Wands. And something that was sent. 3 of Swords in reverse. The King of Cups. The message is sent to the King of Cups. Chariot. About traveling. Yeah, so there might even be evidence of a King of Cups traveling, okay? Driving somewhere, traveling somewhere. That's the other thing that they had to cover up. What's this? 8 of Wands. Yeah, they didn't want to be exposed. They didn't want to be exposed, okay? I feel like there was evidence that was pointing to the setup and what they had done. And I feel like at first I'm not sure they thought about the money trail. I feel like that came afterwards. And there's something here about what they tried to say to explain the money away or something like that. So let's start with this false statement that this Queen of Pentacles made. Here, Page of Wands reverse. A meeting, about the meeting, about why you were there, why you were at the house, or something about you meeting you at the house, or where you met, or something like that. Stolen mail, stolen email, stolen email, stolen email, ex, with your ex, meeting with your ex. So they tried to make it look like you were meeting up with your ex, okay? So that's what's in these messages, is a lie about you meeting with an ex, or that's what they told the police, that you were gonna meet with your ex. Whole time you were at this person's house because they invited you over for something completely different, okay? Pictures and D. So D brought some sort of pictures, okay? And that's the truth. And that's the truth, okay? About some sort of pictures. I cannot. The truth is murder. That's the truth, okay? Here's the truth. It was murder. It was planned murder. That's why you were invited somewhere. That's why you were invited over to this person's house or her friend's house. Same sex, 2 girls, okay? The truth is that these people were planning your murder. You were not meeting with your ex. That ex was most likely going to come along whenever the Queen of Pentacles slipped something in your fucking drink and you're knocked out, okay? Local lawsuit. So then they went to the local law, okay? To the local police station and said something about this. You. Food or drinks. about this meeting with an ex. The truth is that this bitch, Queen of Pentacles, put something in your drink. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Okay, she definitely did. And the meeting with the ex was most likely, I'm assuming, going to happen afterwards, whenever you're knocked out after this person put something in your drink. You did not even know that your ex was anywhere around in the vicinity of this place. You thought you were going over to the Queen of Pentacles house because this girl needs her hair cut, okay? Or she needs some sort of a service from you as a friend. Can I have a friend discount? Sure. The truth is, this is how they planned your murder, okay? Yeah. Solar plexus, international bank account number, okay? The plan. Yeah, so what's the truth here? The truth is murder. That's what this is. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. The truth is a Queen of Pentacles worked together with a bunch of people and an Emperor in the reverse to murder you, okay? That's the fucking truth. And you have receipts. You have receipts. You have a receipt of this service to this person. You have a receipt. And maybe they know that, or maybe they found out afterwards. So after they go to the police and come up with this crazy fucking lie about you meeting your ex, okay, to cover up the fact that they planned your murder, they know that you have receipts of this service. So even if this person sent you money, friends and family, or sent money onto your bank account as a friend or checkings account or whatever, you still have a receipt, like an invoice that you did this person's, I don't know, plumbing, or you did this person's hair, or you did something for this person that they paid for, okay? Australia. Or someone's a name with the letter A. F. AF. Offer. Maybe that's whose house you were at that day, okay? Caribbean. The one that's wearing the disguise. Okay? B. SEX or your ex. Okay? Kidnapping. This meeting with your ex, or this meeting for whatever that is, this would have happened after they kidnapped you, after slipping something in your drink, okay? Kidnapping, that's what they would have done to you. That's what they planned for someone here, okay? Not even kidding. Yeah. So then we have a King of Cups and a Queen of Wands in reverse. One of them is your ex. And these two people are texting each other back and forth to make it look like you're meeting up with someone. Because one of them, presumably your ex, is planning your murder with their friends. Okay? Yeah. Again with the A, A-B-U-S-E, stolen. Something stolen. Local. Something local, stolen. An employee. So this Queen of Pentacles said something about a store employee that stole something. M, sold their soul. M, the Midwest, offshore account, bank account. Something about the bank account. Offshore account, bank account, an employee. Stolen, M. What does that mean? OF. OF. office, OF, offshore account. It's an OF account. Driving by, or driving by the office of a store. Violent crime. Corruption. What are you trying to tell me about here? V, counterfeit. Undercover. Trust fund. This friend could have told you about someone that stole money from a customer. Okay? I don't know why I'm getting that, a store employee. So let's say this friend, Queen of Pentacles, has a business. Okay, let's just say they have, I don't know, a cleaning business or something like that. Let's say they have an employee who's not a direct employee, but like, or maybe they have an employee or someone that works for them. Okay, let's say this person cleans windows. Okay, maybe this person told you about how this window cleaner stole money from a company, or that this window cleaner was being accused of stealing money from a company, or stealing money out of someone's, like, or stealing money out of the cash register. A violent crime. M comes out again. M planned a violent crime against you. And they wanted to make it look like you were addicted to something, addicted to drugs, right? Yeah, that's the alibi right there. F, meeting with F. Meeting with F. You met with someone with the letter F in their name. Evidence on a phone. The evidence, okay, so they go with the evidence that they have on their phone, or the fake burner phone that they're using here, to make it look like you were meeting up with someone and you were gonna, you know, your death under mysterious circumstances was gonna be because of an addiction. That is the cover up for the violent crime they were actually planning here. Backfire. And they didn't want it to backfire in their fucking face. Okay? Something about the device. Prosecutor or district attorney. The device. Social security. The sexting device. So there's something here about the phone as well. Because with the phone, I'm pretty sure the authorities or the police, they would be able to track or trace back who was actually texting on that day, right? So the evidence on the phone is somehow important. Mail. They sent it in the mail. They sent the phone in the mail. Pharmaceutical drugs. Or no, the messages. East Coast inheritance. The Middle East. A lot of the Midwest, Middle East, East Coast, Middle East, Midwest, East Coast. Mail, messages, passport, ID card. What are you trying to tell me? Why? Yes. What do you mean? A third party. Bribe. A third party was bribed to steal something, or to lie, or to be a thief. PayPal. I can't make it up. I said it too. A third party was bribed. PayPal. To lie about PayPal, to cover it up. Security camera. It's definitely about lying about this money trail, covering up the money, covering up the PayPal money with a security camera. A third party was bribed money to help cover up the money trail. Someone from the Middle East, Midwest, East Coast. Pharmaceutical drugs. They were bribed money. Okay, what else? The mail. Why do you keep showing me the mail? National Mail R. It's National Mail Hospital. National Mail. These drugs support. Why do you keep showing me mail? Warrant. They thought they could get a warrant out for someone's arrest, or the sign or the message about the poison. The sign or the message is about the warrant or the mail. K, catfish, and a will. It's a catfish profile, K. Tax evasion and fraud. They were trying to get you in trouble for tax evasion and fraud, but you have receipts of this service and you pay taxes on it. Okay, so, and protective order L. What are you trying to tell me with mail? It was a deal to lace something, the smoking GUN, the deal to lace something in your drink, the smoking GUN, intimidation. Okay, if you don't want to tell me about the mail, then what are you trying to tell me about? The online business. Child support. And opiates. Okay. The evidence on the phone. Okay, so tell me about what was this plan to have you imprisoned here. L. Intimidation, smoking GUN. The smoking GUN. Okay, you don't want to tell me about this. What do you want to tell me about then? What are you trying to tell me here? Support. That you're depressed and need support. Foreclosure. Something about being depressed, needing support. Cryptocurrency, the South. Somebody from the South being supportive. Maybe you reach out to someone that lives in the South. You told them that you're being supportive. L. Vacation. Divorce, K. This has to do with a divorce, a vacation before someone got divorced, a marriage and a prosty, because this has to do with them saying something about a marriage. So lying about a marriage, trying to make you look like you're a prosty, or saying that you're a prosty. but then someone was getting a divorce and you were going on vacation, or someone went on vacation before a divorce. G, buying. G bought something with cryptocurrency. G bought something with cryptocurrency. This happened before a divorce and someone going on vacation. And something about a driver's license. Money laundering. Money laundering? A narcissist has committed perjury by saying something about money laundering. And that was the deal with the protective order because of their fraud and K. The deal with K. The deal with K. So someone bought K with cryptocurrency. That was the deal. And maybe that was what it was in your drink. Okay, I don't know. What? Yeah, with the meeting. That's the sign of the message. That's the sign of the message already? So the sign of the message is that somebody who went on vacation, or maybe that's this airplane Wi-Fi shit again, right? So airplane Wi-Fi, someone goes on vacation, texts someone on the plane about K, because that's what they're gonna use to put it in your drink or something like that. I don't know. Somebody bought this though with cryptocurrency, and it has something to do with a divorce that was coming up. Online business. This is the motive for the document. This is the motive for the document. What document? J. E and water. In your drink. Because of what was in your drink. This was the motive for the document because of what they put in your drink. K-E. This was the motive for the document because of what they put in your drink. Lying about the meeting. Because of lying custody. Because of somebody wanting custody, because of the person that wanted custody. Or they had to lie that whatever the fuck was in your drink, that it was yours. That it was yours. Right, because that's this right here. Feeling burdened about this being in their possession. Feeling burdened because it's in their possession. They're the ones that have it. They're the ones that were going to use it against you. So what? They had to make it look like it was yours. And that's what they did with these messages. Heart chakra. There's something about these messages. The drugs, it's like a cocktail. Okay? They were going to give you a cocktail of some serious shit. And it was designed to give you a heart attack. Whatever the cocktail was, they wanted to give you a heart attack with it. That was the plan. Injury. A heart injury. It was supposed to give you a heart injury. Identity fraud. Europe. W. I. Or M-I? M-I. It's K-E. Injury. pressing charges in a car crash, power of attorney, PPP, property, power, pressing. Oh my God, P, that's crazy. I was seeing P everywhere before this even came out. That's crazy, P, PayPal. Is that what it is? How does that relate? How does that relate? How does that relate? PP comes out again. Pressing charges with an attorney. Power of attorney. Pressing charges. They tried to press charges on you. Yeah, okay. With an attorney. Neighbor. YF. Because they got it. No, this is the other thing. No, this is what they were going to use to get rid of you. FY. Dark web. Bribe. Someone was bribed to get something off the dark web. PayPal thief. PayPal thief. A bribe. PayPal thief. A bribe. Dark web. Something about them buying the substances. And now we have screenshots coming out. So the screenshots, and I feel like the screenshots are the fake messages from the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups. They brought forward their own catfish profile and tried to frame you with it? Really? Cyber stalking. Something about possession of drugs. I feel like that's what it is. Possessing the substances. Because choice throat chakra. Because of what they were saying in the messages, what they were texting in the messages, they tried to make it look like it was your choice. Like you chose to OD yourself. You chose to take the substances. They're trying to like put the possession of something on you. Cartel wire. Cartel wire. Insurance. Car insurance protected by angels. Oh. Insurance. Oh. Okay. Okay, so what else do we need to know here? About them going to the authorities. Message of concern with high honor. Something that they gave to the emperor. Something they told this emperor here. What is that? About that it was your choice. Something about making it look like it was your choice. Oh, again with the O. Insurance. It was your choice with the insurance? What? Mortgage. What insurance? Yes. Yes. Trace back. What insurance? Car insurance. Yes, car insurance. Trace back. Yes, car insurance. It was your choice with the car insurance? What the fuck is car insurance doing here? Truck driver. Because something would be traced back to a truck driver. Car insurance. It was your choice with a truck driver or something with a driver or traced back with a driver. Car insurance. What the fuck? A false statement. They didn't want something to be traced back to a truck driver. What would be traced back? Antibiotics. They're trying to burn or destroy something. Social Security. Trying to burn or destroy something they did with your social security before it gets traced back. National P. A hacker. Bribe on the dark web. PayPal. Somebody was bribed money to do something on the dark web. And this is what they said was the pay. What did they say was the PayPal payment evidence? What did they say it was? Throat chakra, wire. Something someone said, someone was wearing a wire? J. Someone was wearing a wire? Plan. Plan? What plan? Beauty industry running away. What'd I say? Yeah, it was hair or something like that. Something with the beauty industry. Something that you went over to go do. What does that have to do with someone wearing a wire or maybe a wire transfer? Cleaning service. It's something about what someone said, this cleaning service, said about the money that they sent to you. And they lied about what it was for. Because that's what it was for. Something like this. Your job, okay? Or something that you do as a service. Set up. Restraining order set up. But what did they say it was for? A third party. They said it was for a third party. They said it was for a third party because they didn't want something being traced back to a truck driver. Something about car insurance. Something about a car. Money laundering. They said that it wasn't for your business. And that's the download that I got. They said that your business is a fake. Didn't they? They said your business is a money laundering front. S said this. S said that your business, your legitimate business, is a money laundering front. After you just got done doing a service for this person, huh? Medical records. Cocaine. Crime. Evidence. Because it was evidence. Yeah. Because her payment to you was evidence that she's a fucking liar. Okay? Protected by angels. This evidence of this person paying you on that day is evidence. You are protected by angels from what this person was trying to do. And now they're trying to explain away what that money was for and say it was money laundering. There's witnesses that know that she's a fucking liar, okay? What a fucking liar. So, okay, something being traced back to a truck driver. That's why they had to say something was your choice. Or something about someone driving somewhere. Something would be traced back to someone driving. Or like I said, somebody driving somewhere. So this, your ex, this king of cups, or whoever this main male is, who was appointed to your murder, the hitman, right? There's evidence of this person driving somewhere. Or driving to the location. Maybe just getting gas or whatever. This is what they had to cover up. And they said something about your job or your business. Okay. Fake profile, to cover up this. Fake profile. Their letter. Dark web. Before this gets traced back to them, what they were doing on the dark web here with a fake profile, pretending to be you, while some dude is traveling to come meet you, not meet you, meet the roofied, knocked out you, okay? The non-conscious you, okay? That one. To then murder you. Yeah, this whole setup here, dark web, fake profile. But then the money, right? But then the money that the Queen of Pentacles paid you, right? Yeah. The plan. So then they came up with the plan. Then they came up with the plan to say that your job, if you're in the beauty industry, the plumbing industry, the gardening industry, just put your industry here, your job, your career. The plan was then to say that your job is what? Not real? This is not your real job? You don't really do this? Tell me about that. What the fuck is this? Huh? That it was your choice. Something about the choice, this is what they're trying to cover up. The fact that this girl paid you money for your fucking normal day job service. Okay? That she asked you to come do her fucking nails. Maybe she asked you to do her nails. She paid you money to do her nails, okay? To do her hair. And then they had to cover it up. Because it proves that they were going to set you up and set up your murder, okay? Yeah. E. Secret society IP address. And because they kept the address a secret, I'm telling you, that's exactly what it is. Excuse me. That's exactly what it is. Because in these messages, I'm pretty sure, in these messages, in the fake profile messages, they were going to roofie you and knock you out and bring you to a different location. Whatever this Queen of Wands is texting in these messages is probably the place where they were going to bring you. Okay? Wherever the fuck that is. That's where they were going to bring you when you were knocked out. I'm assuming. The address was supposed to stay a secret. It was supposed to stay a secret where you were on that day and that you were invited to a certain house of the Queen of Pentacles or her friend. Okay? And they tried to keep it a secret that you were there. And then afterwards, it comes out, no. I have proof and evidence that I was at this person's house and I was not meeting up with my ex and I had no plans and this is not me writing this shit. This is not my profile. This is a setup. I have proof and evidence. I have it. And here they come and say, oh no, that's not a real job. That's not a real job. Shut up. Okay? Or someone, prosty. So they tried to say that your job here is a what? A front? A front for this. Come audit. I would say come audit the business, okay? You have more than enough proof that this is not a fucking front. You're not money laundering anything here. This is your job. You have proof of this, okay? The motive. There's a motive behind this lie. There is a motive behind this lie, okay? And that's the motive. A home. Whose home you were at that day. That's the motive. Husband. A. The motive with husband A. Or that you were at A's home. The motive is because you were at this person's home. And this person wanted to keep their address a secret. They wanted to keep it a secret that you were at this person's house that day, huh? Or they kept it a secret. So whenever they went to the police the first time around, they didn't tell the police that you were at this person's house, did they? They didn't tell the police that you went to this person's house. They kept it a secret that you were at this address. Yeah, they did. And that you were there for a business, for a service. A very legitimate one that you pay taxes for, okay? No fucking money laundering here. And then they had to cover it up. Subpoena. This can be subpoenaed. And then it will be exposed that it's manipulation. Yes, this can be subpoenaed. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead, forensics. Go ahead, subpoena it. Something with pharmaceutical drugs. Testimony. They made a testimony about pharmaceutical drugs. What testimony? Huh? A cover-up. A testimony about vacation. And that's the smoking GUN right there with K. With the drug, right? This is the drug that they were going to roofie you with. The smoking GUN is this. And this is why somebody made a testimony about this drug. Because they went on vacation and they texted messages with a King of Cups back and forth. Because they were going to put that shit in your fucking drink. And then the King of Cups was going to come along and unalive you. Surveillance. Yeah, this person is two-faced and deceptive. They're a fucking liar. Power of attorney. They were going to roofie you. That's what that shit is for. Because they were going to roofie you by putting it in your drink when you're not looking. Okay? A gang member. Wow. All right. That's why they had to explain it away. Because I'm pretty sure that's what was in your drink when you went over to this person's house to do a service that you got paid for. And then they had to cover up the evidence and what it was for, right? What that money was actually for. Because it doesn't fit their story. Because their story was a setup for your murder. Power of attorney. Why does attorney keep coming out? S. Canada. Breakup. Close. This something they told an attorney about a breakup and close. And the drug. Taxes. M. Hitman with opioids. So this is how they were going to take you out with opioids, I'm pretty sure. M. And this has to do with M and taxes. Okay. With M and taxes. Again, DUIS, someone driving under the influence, or those letters, maybe those are the letters of someone's name, DUSI, DUIS. I comes out again. DUSI, jail or prison. Try to get you in jail or prison. With a confession, airplane. With a confession on an airplane. Okay, with a confession on an airplane. Of an offshore account. Relationship text messages. Taking some sort of, so they took some sort of relationship text messages. And this is what they did to cover up the transfer. They said that someone made a confession on an airplane of an OF account. But something was stolen, robbery, dealer, transaction. Transaction with a dealer, robbery. Something about a confession about a robbery with a dealer. Transaction. Dealer transaction. F. On a camera. South Pacific. F on camera. Okay. Drug test. Or drugs. A restraining order. P. Protective order. P. What the hell? Solar plexus, food or drinks. The confession that someone made in an airplane. Someone in an airplane making a confession on text messages or on text, talking about an OF account and a relationship, talking about the drugs or something like that. And that's all because they were planning your hit. Okay? I feel like that's the message here. That's the message. That's the message. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I hope that this helps. Let's just see maybe who's involved in this for you. But I want to know, what did they say about the money? What did they say that money was for? Are you gonna tell me? Thief. Custody, support. Custody, support, thief. Somebody was supporting someone to get custody and steal something. The person that lied is someone that was supporting someone with custody because they were pulled in for questioning. P, national. Mortgage. This is information of, yeah, okay, you're not telling me. Okay, fine. This is information about what happened at that house. Okay, then I'm gonna leave it there. Let's just see maybe who's involved in this. A Gemini and someone's brother. Aquarius and an Aries. August, June, and a Cancer, Leo, okay? So I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.